status from the transceiver, and then those band decoders are switching antennas for the band. After that, the next step, which is executed, and I use those SATs X. We didn't have much of them on the field, maybe 100 pieces only. So, but it was a kind of smart device. It was a band decoder, essentially, with number of buttons. So we had the buttons and we could switch for transmitting and 8 receiving antennas per band, which was a very, very big step forward in station automation. Then in around 2010, I'm not quite sure, is it 9 or 10, we had a station master from Microhem, and this device is using proprietary protocol, so no LAN communication, and it looks like that it was limited in some aspect because of lack of LAN communication. But still, even nowadays, it's a very powerful device, and you can do a lot of things with Station Master. Then in 2012, we developed the first Station Genius. So it was first controller with LAN communication, and then because of it, we had also interlock. It was very useful, and it was really much more useful for especially multi-op layouts. And then the evolution, I think that the evolution started with Antenna Genius. Over the time, first it was the 8x2 simple switch, but at the beginning we designed the motherboard with PIC32, very powerful. Actually, we used the same hardware which we had in Station Genius, and then we start to implement all those automation features into the Antenna Genius. Today, we have all of those features which we had in Station Genius, besides the interlock, which will come in some of the next firmware releases. So with Antenna Genius, you can create your virtual buttons, you can control output relays, and you can do very, very easy and very clean station automation and controlling. Then the next step in integration is done by Flex Radio. They integrated Power Genius and Tuner Genius directly into the smart SDR. So now it's easy and very comfortable to have that kind of integration especially when you are using your station and controlling it remotely. The main challenge, so it was an overview of last 10-15 years, but what is the main challenge? So we have a lot of different equipments, and almost each one has its own controlling protocol. Is it RS-232? Is it USB? Or some of them, they have LAN. So you have a bunch of boxes you would like to control somehow, but then you have multiple APIs, and it's almost impossible to do it without some dedicated hardware. So, and let's say the first step, again done with our Genius line, is Flex Radio and our PGXL, TGXL, and Antenna Genius. It is the first ecosystem designed to be easily controlled by application. So we have published APIs. We have many customers and users are using APIs for their own controlling. They are using these Stream Decks, Node-RED software, and Today we have hundreds of stations controlled thanks to the published API. And those devices are nicely integrating into our ecosystem. Of course, thanks to our LAN platform and LAN philosophy. Besides the flex radio, which is straightforward, we have a problem to integrate multiple different radios into the system. So if we want, our ecosystem is based on the LAN control. So with the LAN control, we can have remote control. So actually, the LAN is mandatory for designing and realizing a device such as Station Manager is. So we are designing a radio to LAN interface, which will be launched early next year. So this is interface, and it communicates with radio over the CAT or over the, now there are USB connections on the modern radio. It takes care about the PTT. And because it's now on the LAN, it can be band server, it can be interlock, and because we have a display and all our devices are communicating and they are visible with all the data on the network, so we can have a remote control of some devices. Like here is an example of having Power Genius amplifier, and you can control it, you can have it in the front of you, and amplifier can be wherever it is. So these devices, at the same time, it is band server. So it will send band data, mode, and PTT status on the network. So this device can feed any other devices with this data. And we have transparent CAT, so then we can use the CAT over the LAN to control any functionality of the radio. And it can be literally any radio, so no limits. So we have 3 different types of radio to LAN interfaces. 2 are for local network use. This is the case, so primarily we are using those as band server. Then as a beauty of technology and then the display, we can have it as remote control of another devices like amplifier, tuner, etc. And it is designed to work into the local network. So if we want to have this station to be fully remotely controlled, we have to have XL model, which is radio to LAN interface, but it has audio, CW, and digital modes. So then we can control this radio fully over the LAN. Besides the radio, we have a task. So we have to control literally anything we have with RS-232 or any kind of interface. And we designed device to LAN. So we decided to have a separate interface for all other devices because of the prices. We want to have this device to be as cheap as possible for those who really need it. We didn't want to put more hardware on these radio to LAN interfaces, which will increase the price, and then it will add a lot of complexity on a single box. So it looks like a cleaner and cheaper solution to have device to LAN interface to control, in this case, rotator from Green Heron, ACOM amplifier, Elecraft amplifier, or OM amplifier, or whatever. So if we want to have full control, literally in any shack, regardless of what are you currently using or which radio do you prefer, we need a kind of control unit. So those interfaces I showed, they are actually interface in between all those different boxes from different producers to the control unit. So the unit must be flexible in a meaning that you can easily redesign your screen, your buttons in a layout you would like to have, programmable and intuitive. And this is how Station Manager is born. So we have a very, very hard task, very challenging, but we are all enjoying in developing this device. So Station Manager has 8-inch touchscreen. So here you can see those are demo prototypes which we are using internally for programming. But it is 7-inch display, so we will have 8-inch, more comfortable. Connectivity of device will be with the UTP connector, Wi-Fi or GSM interface. And it will be completely customizable interface, so you can actually dedicate functionality on those buttons and the knobs in a way you would like to have. And then the goal is, and task is to have minimum possible cables coming to the Station Manager. And of course, we are going into the way to control everything over the LAN. It is at the same time, it is SO2R interface, replacing all old-fashioned interfaces, and it is how it will look like. So again, we didn't want to put everything on the box, on the Station Manager, because a bunch of hams, they won't need SO2R. So this is why we are designing, and we will have dozens of different interfaces. In this case, for SO2R, we will have 2 USB connections on the Station Manager, 2 USB to radio to control those 2 radios, of course, with audio, CW, Digi, and CAT, and with another USB cable. It's connecting to your preferred logger. So how it works? This device is controlling your device, your station, locally or remotely. So when we are going into the discovery mode, it's here. So as you can see, we will have a list of devices available and which Station Manager are seeing. So then those devices, they can be some, here we have like an example, three radios connected through radio to LAN. We have 2 antenna geniuses, 1 amplifier, 1 tuner, and 1 flex radio. So, and this flex radio can be a radio from NP4Z. So it is, you can connect different devices from different network, which is very important. I will explain it later. You can have your local devices. You can have here, like an example, Sugar 5-3 mic radio 1 is connected. You have MP4Z flex radio, and there are some local devices. You are going. Is it executed with VPN on any different methods? Doesn't matter, but you will have a list of devices. Okay, now when you have a list of devices, you are creating your profiles. So the device, we will have a bunch of multifunctional buttons, and all of them can be profiles as well. So, and then you can arrange those profiles to be, for example, single op to radio, and then you have to two radios, you have antenna genius and other devices, rotor, etc. It can be, for example, in one big station you can have profile for a RAN radio, so connected on the RAN radio or on the in-band radio with controls of antennas of this radio. And those profiles can be locked for guest operators. If I'm coming to Sugar 5.3 mic and I'm not familiar with the setup, I can be locked with the profile, so then I will have on the menu available only those buttons which are for in-band station for my working place. Security, it is, as I already said, it can be locked. So the profile, if we lock the profile, so the guest operator or remotely connected operator on multi-station is locked and can do anything except these functionalities defined in predefined profile. It is perfect for big contestation and guest operators. And this device is at the same time, as we said, it's full control of everything in your radio station. It's SO2R interface, and it is interface for full remote control of your station. So, as said, we have to use radio to LAN XL models because we have to have on the LAN audio, CW, and digital modes. And it's beauty that you are using the same interface now. Your complete station can be arranged and controlled from station manager. So you have one device. You are bringing your control and your whole station with you in the car, in the restaurant, on the beach, or you are connecting to your friend's station or vice versa. So here we have control of everything in your station remotely or locally. And this is how it looks like with contest logger. So depending, for example, if you have flex radio, so you don't need any of those interfaces. This is example of how it operates through the cloud, already explained, and this is integration with logging software. And this is, let's say, your station, all-in-one, complete control. You have SO2R, you have switching, you have everything, and then you are bringing this with you, and you are remotely controlling all those devices in your station. I will show you some of those. So here on the screen, we have a tuner. We have a tuner is here. You can see I'm controlling this with touch screen. Now I'm switching on the power amplifier. I can switch antennas. Here we are on the left side. We are on 50 meters band. We can control stack, beep, bop, and that stuff. Here are three times 3 banders. So when we switch that, we will lose control of stack. We have control of rotors. So you can just touch here. We can have as many as we need of those rotators. They will be represented with this circle and direction. You need it as information during the operation, but if you want to do something, you just touch, or you can use the encoder. You just change the direction and you are there. So now 3-element on 80 is moving. And after some time, this is a pop-up window, transparent one. We will lose the window, so it is the way how we will handle control of multiple devices with station manager, with pop-up windows, with the different skins of display regarding of what what we want to control and to see. For example, one profile can be now rotor only. You press rotor profile, and then you are going into the rotor control fully, doing whatever you like, and you just switch on another profile. So the profiles, they can be not only the control of whole station, they can be some specific single device, and then through the station manager you can make all the settings, controls, etc. And you can see here we have TS 590 here. So here you can see FTDX10 and the interface. So we can control, in this case, we are just controlling audio and filters. But any of these knobs can have functionality chosen by you. So it's upon you. So more or less, I think that I'm close to the end of the presentation. So yes, I think that we will have a lot of questions. So go ahead, Brazzo. Sorry, Brazzo is Brazzo. So. When you connect your radio to your device, okay. Radio to LAN interface. Yes. So interface is connected if we are talking about the remote control. So you are, of course, taking out your audio and everything you need. And then here you have a microphone, you have pedal, you have everything. Okay. This is clear. What do you connect it exactly from that box to the radio? Depending on the radio. So different radios, different needs of connections. You have to have this audio in out. You have to have CAT connected, CW. It means this radio is not anymore standalone. It can be connected to another device, PC or whatever. It is connected on the PC through the station master. Okay, the station master is on the remote side. Well, then you don't need you don't need logger on the so. But if I want to go, for example, I want to go to the station to operate and I want to use it remotely. Yes. So I need to disconnect something. No, you don't need. You just take this. You plug microphone, pedal and everything. So you're just taking it with you. I forget the radios and I all the time. So the concept is to avoid need of PC for controlling the radio. So the PC is just if you want to operate contest and you have to run logging software. That's right. Maybe not that powerful. So what we will have, we have HDMI, we have another display here, and we will have logger, but much simpler for needs of the expedition and that stuff. So it doesn't have sense to build inside the DX log or some powerful contest software because those. Yes, absolutely, yes. They are communicating. You see all the ports, everything. So. This would need if I have a remote station. I need to take the station manager with me to the station if I want to operate. And logging software if you want to. Yes, absolutely. Go ahead. Go back to the previous slide, please. Which one? That one right there. Okay. Would your device replace a Flex Maestro on the remote? In some way, yes. Yes, it does. So we won't have maybe that quality of graphic and all these features, but yes. So if we have Flex Radio, you don't need any of those devices because flex radio is on the land. It's visible here, and you will here have a waterfall and all the controls defined and arranged by you. Okay. No, for some devices, yes. Like we can share and we can have multiple connections to amplifier because we have an A and B, tuner, to antenna genius because we have A and B, to rotators, but not to the radio. So if we are talking about, if we have these single radios, you cannot share the radio between two operators, which is more than obvious. But you can use, you are connected, let's say on port B of amplifier, of switcher, everything, and then on B radio, which is connected physically on the B side. Yes, Mr. Andy. Sorry, I don't understand. You mean some failure? We will work on different scenarios, but we have LAN connections, so we have to have some hardware to sense some kind of failure. So it depends. Again, depends. The device itself should be multifunctional, universal. So we will have, I guess, hundreds and hundreds of different layouts to be solved. Yes, why not? But it doesn't have then anything in common with Station Manager. Any more questions? Yeah, voice keyer is integrated. Again, it depends. Some of those radios, they have a voice integrated. So now the flex radio will have voice integrated. You just have to trigger. Some of them, they will use audio files from Station Manager. Actually, we are talking about something which is flexible and universal. So we don't have any single rule. We have to have multiple rules. Darko? Okay? Yes. I already did it, so now with the knob, if we touch a knob, we go, we click, and it goes. So then the question is about the rotor genius, not about the Station Manager. Rotor genius can control single and three-phase motors, as well as AC or DC low-range motors. But this unit should control rotor genius, microhem, Arco, or any other rotor controller. Yeah, it can control, yes. There is application for Rotor Genius. You can download it from our website, of course. Any more questions? This FT8 is, it will be the most simple and the most advanced feature of this nice device. So you will have FT8 button and everything will be settled, so no. So FT8 will be, no, I'm not joking. So FT8 operation from Station Manager will be in the focus. So it is the future. Absolutely. Any more questions? It will be in the range of 1,500. But I will again say, it's remote control for radio, for amplifier, for tuner, for rotor, remote control unit, blah, blah, blah. And I think that this price is pretty okay. You don't need, absolutely.
Someone before was talking about operators which are not used to change different types of radio. Maybe is this leading to a universal content environment so that you can invite various operators and it's enough to know how to work with this. It's not, will not be required to know how to operate Kenwood, how to operate Yesu, how to operate.
If someone has station manager, you send him a config file, so you are owner of station. So it's, again, the beauty of technology. So it's doable, easy doable. But we cannot now go into details. We are still in the developing stage. So we are deeply in the developing stage. So we will need a feedback from community. It's very, very, very important and useful for us. Exactly, and PC. So you are guest operator remotely connected, you will need PC and this, and you have full control if the system is in use there. And you can be locked and on the profile, for example, I said it on the beginning, you can have run profile, then you jump on inbound, you just press inbound profile, and then you are on the inbound station controlling inbound accessories. Yes, yes. So the profile, on the profile, now when you are going on discovery, so now you press the profile, for example. Now I'm on empty profile, let's say. I will connect Antenna Genius, let's say port 2. This is, let's say, inbound port. I will give you radio number 2, and I will give you, for example, power amplifier and rotator 2, for example. Okay. And now this is the profile. So, number 1, it's SO2R profile. And this was number 3, is inbound profile. So very simple, very straightforward. From the device list, you are choosing where are you connected. You can play a little bit with layout, with functionality of those knobs. So that's it. Yes.
So far, I understand that each radio is going to have an interface.
Yes.
It will be connected to the internet or
Network or, yes.
network to the station manager. What you intend to use one station manager for SO2R or 2?
It's up on you. So it's designed natively for SO2R. It's up to you.
It's a one of them.
Yeah.
How do you know if you do the SO2R? You have some latency when you, let's say, transmit with the one radio. How do you know this radio did stop? When the message arrives to the radio, it's a delay. And delay, it can be 20 milliseconds, can be 50 milliseconds, it could be 100 milliseconds.
No, it's understand. So everything is happening here, so locally.
I know, but
And that,
what's going on the other side? How does station manager know when you did?
but regardless, it can happen. Even with this delay, it can happen that you have to. You are going into the mess. You just have a delay. So for you, it's important because of CW that everything is locally monitoring and control, and you don't care. It's like any other remote operation. So if there is a delay, so there is no way to have two signals or to have both radios at the same time.
Because you're sending two messages over the internet to some two devices.
But you are controlling two radios. You are controlling two radios from here, and everything is happening here. Protection mechanism and everything in the software. We can discuss offline, so no problem. Yes. One, so you can feed data through RS-232 or CI5, which is built in here. For one radio. Box per radio. Or one box per multiple devices. Device to land. Radio is just one, yes. Yes. Any more questions? So thank you very much.